Hey everyone, we're going to be looking at some pole vaulting drills today. Pole vaulting is super fun, but you might not always have access to a facility or a pit, or the weather might just not be good for vaulting outside, but there are a bunch of options and drills that you can do even away from a pit. So first we're going to start out with leg hip lift things. I'm not even sure what to call them. We'll just call them ground bubkas for now. You'll find out why later. So start by laying on the ground. You're going to want to grab onto something here. Like at practice, we might grab onto the bottom of the bleachers, like on that ledge at the bottom. But grabbing onto a couch or a heavy chair is great for at home as long as it's heavy enough to put weight into. And here we can just pretend that this bar that I'm holding is a heavy couch or something. So just put your hands under there, and then you're going to lay out flat. And then you're going to bring up the leg that you would in a vault. So I'm a righty, so I'm lifting my right leg here. And you're going to lift it almost to 90 degrees. Once you're here, you're going to lift your other leg up until it reaches that bent leg. And then they're going to be straight together here. So let's just see that part. So start out straight, bend your top leg, lift your other leg, and eventually your hips. Also, you want to keep your feet flexed the entire time. And this helps bring your legs closer to your hands and your pole so you shoot up instead of out on your vault once you're vaulting. Okay, so now that your legs are together, you're going to shoot your hips up until your feet are as high as they can go. Now, normally I just come down to hover just above the ground and then start from the beginning again to get in more reps. An idea of sets for this could look like 2 sets of 20 reps. Now we're going to be doing handstands, and I know it seems kind of weird to be doing handstands since we're not in gymnastics, but one of my coaches always tells us how important it is to get used to the upside down position because you want to push off of the top of the pole in a vault. So we're going to be doing handstands to get used to that position. Since you want to get used to being upside down, going into handstands and trying to hold them is a great option. But you don't have to just start like this out in the open if you aren't comfortable with handstands. Doing handstands against the wall is also a great option to get used to this position. And I have another video on handstands, wall handstands, and even handstand push-ups, which is also great for pole vaulting, and I'll put a link for that in the description box. Next, we're working on high knees, and I learned that this is really important for getting a consistent run. Since you're starting at a certain number for every single vault, you want each run to be as similar as possible so those runs can be consistent and you're taking off at the right point. So we're doing this by working on stairs. So find any stairs that you can. And sometimes what I like to do is switch between hitting every stair and skipping a stair and really just focusing on bringing your knees up high. These next ones are great if you have some sort of bar at home, and I would recommend not using the bars that go in the doorway since you might be swinging back and forth a little bit for a couple of these, but maybe if you have a park nearby and they have bars, those are great options with lots of room to swing back and forth. So bubkas are first. Fun fact, Sergei Bubka had the world record in pole vault for a while and he kept beating it, so these are called bubkas. So these are going to represent a swing up in a vault when you're bringing your legs up and shooting up. So you're going to grab your bar in a switch grip, so just like you would a pole. So since I'm a righty, my right hand is facing me and my left hand is facing out. Once you grab the bar like this, you're going to bend your front leg, or whichever leg you bend in a vault. Mine is my right leg since I'm a righty. And straighten your back leg. You want to keep both feet flexed throughout this drill. To start the rest of the bubka, you're going to start in this position just like we did on the ground bubka. Bring your legs up. Once you come around closer to the top and your back leg reaches your front, it's just like the ground bubka where you keep your legs together and you're going to shoot your hips straight up. At the top, you're shooting for your hips to be right next to the bar, and then just come down again to the starting position and repeat. These can be pretty tough, especially when you do more repetitions, so sometimes getting a spot or assistance from somebody else is really helpful here. So they're just going to want to put their hand on your back and just help shoot your hips up a little bit. Okay, next is a variation of these bubkas. So start with both of your feet up next to the bar, kind of halfway through a regular bubka. And you're going to try bringing your hips up to the bar from here, and then bring your feet down only to touch the bar, not all the way down. And these are pretty tough, so again, spotting your assistants might be really helpful here. Now we just have pull-ups, so grab your hands in a switch grip like before. Then it's just a normal pull-up, and some great options here could be to wrap an exercise band through the bar, put your feet in the band, and then do these as assisted pull-ups. Another option could be to find a lower bar or something lower and keeping your feet on the ground for assisted pull-ups this way. I just used the barbell here. So those are all the drills we're looking at today. Make sure to comment on whether or not you'd like to see more pole vaulting drills, and also let me know which one you're excited to try the most. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have fun trying some of these drills.